What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comments section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel, man. Happy Saturday, y'all. And again, I am on propsmadeeasy.com, the best player prop tool site on the entire planet. Okay, could you find a better tool maybe on Mars or something like that? Maybe we don't know what these aliens are capable of out there. You know what I'm saying? But here on this planet, Props Made Easy is where it's at, man. Use code YouTube at Props Made Easy checkout to get a $15 a month lifetime code for as long as you keep that subscription active. If you allow that subscription to cancel, though, this is a one-time $15 offer. If you allow that subscription to cancel, you'll have to re-back up at the 20. They're not gonna get you back on the 15 if you allow it to cancel. So pay attention. Make sure your card's got the 15 on there, and make sure you're good to go. All right. Yesterday was another fantastic day from Props Made Easy members. As you can see, I'm starting the video on the Sharp Society page. And I want to shout out Dave0809 who posted on the Sharp Society yesterday saying, just bought the Props Made Easy tool today and cashed on my first try. Definitely worth every penny. Now, I've talked about a million times with y'all, like how people want immediate gratification, right? So it's amazing when I see people who come in and have success immediately, because I know that now this dude realizes what it's capable of immediately, and he won't bounce around after maybe losing the first day. You feel what I'm saying? He's going to stay with a tool that will long term make him profitable due to it cashing for him the first day. But nonetheless, I love to see this shit. 36x hit, 6 picks over on Dabble from my boy Dave0809, man. So congratulations, turned $20 into $735 on his first day using Props Made Easy, which is absolutely ridiculous. So love to see that, brother, man. Congratulations. And again, man, if you first try Props Made Easy and you happen to maybe not have success your first day, remember, sports betting is about being consistent. All right, if you use bankroll management and don't use, be going all in every single day, use bankroll management. You'll have those days where you lose. That's inevitable. There's no way to avoid that. But if you stay consistent, Props Made Easy will have you profitable. Okay, that is the point of Props Made Easy. And on top of that, for the tools to only be $15 a month using code YouTube right now for life, makes them over 3 times cheaper than any other tool in the industry providing plus EV data. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you want to be a sharp bettor, there's nothing better than this $15 a month tool right here. All right, let's get into the plays for today, though. Let's go to the optimizer. As always, we're going to go through multiple different sports, multiple different books, and then we're going to check on the game center, look at the best bets for today, and then we're going to check out the home run predictor and see who's got the most likelihood to hit a home run today. All right. So first thing we're going to do is let's start off with NBA. And let's look at Prizepicks. Take a look at Prizepicks, what we have available for today's game. Let's go. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's May. All right. All right. Let's just type in today's day and look at the absolute best. As you can see, because this game had a gap before the game happened, I mean, a lot of these plays have already been taken off the board by Props Made Easy members. So, I mean, the highest EV you have is a 4.38. For Mitchell Robinson, over 5.5 points plus assists, which, again, you can play plays down in this range when it comes to the DFS books. You don't have to stress too much. Just make sure this is the 30 or higher. You feel what I'm saying? That's why 8 people have liked that play. Good spot there. I skipped over this one because there's only 13 books in the consensus for him. Josh Hart's a great option, under 9.5 points. I know it's a 3.82, but at the end of the day, like I said, you have to kind of give it a little leeway on these DFS books to be able to find the best option. So Josh Hart under 9.5 points is a fantastic spot because there's 43 books baked into it being a 3.82 EV. And again, positive E is all you're looking for. It doesn't have to be crazy all the time, especially on DFS books where sometimes the EV is hard to come by. Right, so making sure it's the highest plus EV you can possibly get when it comes to making your plays, because what other option do you have, right? If you don't have any picks in right now, you either gotta get in some of these lower EV range plays, or you just got to play a different sport. So if you absolutely have to play some NBA plays, these are going to be your best bets. Mitchell Robinson over 5.5 points plus assists. Josh Hart under 9.5 points. And again, if you were a Props Made Easy member, you would have already got all the best options in. So you wouldn't even have to force any of this stuff in. You feel what I'm saying? But again, 5% or higher EV is going to be where you kind of want to keep your mindset and try to stay at if you can. But again, if you're only limited to DFS books, which I hope by now you have Googled to see what regular books you have access to in your city, so you can play like the Novigs, ProfitX's, DraftKings, FanDuel, or whatever type of book where you can straight bet these plays. You don't even have to like put more than one in there and force a parlay. You can straight bet them, which is going to be your overall best option. You know what I mean? Like you'll do like Dave did sometimes and hit a huge slip, turning $20 to $700. And I get it. That's the lure for everybody. Is like, hey, I want to do that. And it's crazy that he was able to do that day one. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, long-term profit is going to come from straight betting single spots that are high plus EV spots. And as time goes on, y'all will learn more and more and understand like the real ways to go. If you hear my son in the background, it's just me and him chilling right now. So you may hear him talk about his Paw Patrol movie in the background, but it's all good. We're going to keep rolling. All right, let's check. Let's open it up to all of the DFS books in general. Also, I will say that it seems like a lot of times you can get better EV kind of over on Underdog and some of these other DFS books than you will Prizepicks, I've noticed. But Mitchell Robinson still, like when you open it up and look at the other DFS books, I mean, you still don't have tons of EV. Why? Because these plays have been on the board for a long time. Like, because there was that gap before this game happened. So when those plays dropped yesterday, everybody started getting the best options in. And now by game time, there's not going to be many options available. When you look at all sports books, maybe some will be there, but otherwise, I mean, there's not a ton. I mean, Josh Hart's under 9.5 points on Prizepicks and Mitchell Robinson over 5.5 points assists is kind of really, it. I mean, you've got TJ McConnell at 19 books built in his consensus, 24 built into Ben Shepherd, so it's just not a ton of options when it comes to NBA. But let's open it up and let's take a look at MLB. Let's add MLB in here and look at DFS picks for MLB. Now, a lot of people sleep on baseball. I don't know why, because baseball is an absolute moneymaker throughout the summer when there's nothing else going on. If you lock in on MLB, you'll really get that bankroll ready for NFL and these other sports that you enjoy more to bet on. So it's important that you do utilize your bankroll management, use our strategy throughout the MLB season, throughout the summer, and build that bankroll up so that when NFL comes, your unit size is a little higher and you can really start having fun with things. So it's important to, stay on it. Don't just like take a break during MLB season. All right. Let's talk about the best options we have here. I'm going to go high EV Heat because I only want to see plays that are 30 or higher consensus books. 30 or higher books built into the consensus and 5% or higher EV. Brandon Nimmo over 0.5 runs on Underdog is a 5.85. Good spot there. 31 books baked into the consensus. Francisco Lindor had the big game yesterday. Over 0.5 runs at a 5.83 EV over on Betr Picks. 31 books baked into that one. Josh Rojas over 0.5 bases on Underdog at a 5.54. 42 books baked into that. Bo Bichette over 0.5 runs at a 5.52 EV. 30 books baked into that. Are you seeing a common thing, though? Underdog. Underdog tends to have some good shit. So those are going to be your absolute best when it comes to DFS books. Let's open everything up, man. Let's go NHL. Let's go WNBA. Let's select all the main sports, select all the books, and then go sharp and safe. All right, sharp and safe filter at Props Made Easy is going to show you plays that not only are sharp due to 5% or higher EV, 30 or more books baked into the consensus odds, so we know it's a true odds spot, but also minus 120 or higher on the books in question already. So it's already favored to happen on that book. The implied probability is already higher than like a plus 110 or a minus 105. It's minus 120 or higher already. So it's already got decent implied probability. And then with the EV being high, it also says it's still amazing EV. So it's going to be more consistent, as well as still being profitable. Are you going to be as profitable as some of the high EV heat spots where you're getting like plus 110 options? No, because long term you're going to make more profit that way. But a lot of you new to sports betting have a lower bankroll and you can't really sustain many losses, right? You can't deal with too many losses. So straight betting, sharp and safe plays are going to be your best bet to slowly but surely build that bankroll up. Trent Grisham under 1.5 bases at minus 140 on Novig. Novig is one of those books I talk about all the time. It's peer-to-peer. So sometimes you'll have guys you'll have people, make a line a certain way, and it's just like, yeah, you know, it's just, yeah, I don't really know your reasoning behind this, but I'm going to take that. You feel what I'm saying? You could take advantage of some of the mistakes that people make. Trent Grisham under 1.5 bases is minus 140 on Novig, so highly expected to happen, but minus 180 almost consensus across 44 books. So Trent Grisham under 1.5 bases, great spot at a 9.86. Polanco over 0.5 hits at minus 139 on Novig. Minus 175 consensus across 31 books on this pick. So over on Polanco's hits of 0.5 is a 9.58. If you're consistently playing plays, look at all the Novig, man. Crazy. A lot of Novig, some Profit X. And again, whatever sportsbook you play on, just select it. And that way you're only seeing it. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of states can play Novig, so make sure if you can or not that you get it in. Let's go over some more. Bailey Ober, over 17.5 outs at minus 138 on Novig is minus 174 on 30 books for the over 17.5 outs, but you're getting it at minus 138 at 9.53. William Contreras under 1.5 bases is highly favored at minus 152 on Novig, but still an 8.56 EV due to consensus being minus 190 on the under 1.5 bases over 33 books. Dylan Cease under 7.5 strikeouts. And again, the higher this consensus book goes, the better. Like, the higher you can find this, the better. Like, I would take this Dylan Cease play over the Contreras play. Why? Because they're closest EV, and there's 51 books compared to 33. The higher this gets, the more true odds you have, because it's more and more books on the same side. So under 7.5 strikeouts is minus 129 on Novig at an 8.45 EV due to his under 7.5 strikeouts being minus 157 on average across 51 books. So some great options, especially over on Novig, that y'all need to get in for MLB today. All right, let's open this up. Let's select all books. Let's select our main sports that we have going on right now. And let's see, any sharp and safe sports bets? Yes. When it comes to game betting, the Baltimore Orioles first half money line on Circa is favored at minus 145. So already extremely favored to happen on Circa. 5.65 EV. 68 books are baked into an average consensus of minus 166. But you get it at minus 145. Again, you're buying it at a better price. This Circa line at minus 145 will most likely end up at minus 150 or higher. So what does that mean? You beat the CLV if you get it in at minus 145. San Francisco Giants first half money line at minus 125 on Circa. 68 books baked into a minus 141 consensus. 5.43 expected value there for them. So amazing spots for both of those teams. Orioles first half money line on Circa, and then San Francisco Giants first half money line on Circa as well are going to be your absolute best game bets that we have available to us today. None of the NBA plays are really sticking out right now. Let's check out just NBA because I know some of you want to check out and see what NBA bets are best for today. No sharp and safe. High EV Heat. The best option would be the New York Knicks first quarter money line at plus 130 on Bet Online. 93 books have a plus 117 average, but you're getting it at plus 130. Again, you're buying it at a better price than it is everywhere else. You're going to beat the CLV because this is going to end up closer to this. So great spot at 5.79 EV for the New York Knicks first quarter money line. And long term, if you're beating the closing line value, which is where the odds close at before the game starts, you're going to be a highly profitable bettor long term. The more CLV bets plus CLV bets you can get long term, the more profit you're going to be making. And Props Made Easy is built to do that. It's going to beat the CLV nearly every single time. Let's check out the home run predictor and see what the best options are for today. James Wood immediately sticks out against Brandon Fat, I think his name. I'm not sure how to say this dude's name, but Brandon. James Wood versus Brandon is a nuke zone spot. 15.41 home run score, plus 414 consensus odds across the entire industry. 42.2 edge percent when you compare the home run score to where the odds are at a plus 414. James Wood has a solid barrel percent. Exit velocity is elite. Hard hit percent is elite. He's facing Brandon, who's given up pretty much everything. Barrel percent is solid. Exit velocity allowed is high. Hard hit percent is high. Look where he's given up the high numbers is identical to where James Wood is elite. So James Wood is probably my favorite home run call due to the odds you're going to be able to get him at comparative to where consensus. So let's go to FanDuel. All right, so over on FanDuel, he's plus 390 though. So you're not getting as good value on FanDuel as you would other places. It's a minus 4.74 Vegas edge. But guys like Shohei Ohtani, he's a 14.87 home run score with the matchup against Warren. You're getting him at plus 182, but you're still getting a 4.87 edge due to consensus odds being, worse odds. So you're getting better odds on FanDuel than you are consensus across the industry. So I like the spot for Shohei Ohtani. Aaron Judge is another nuke zone call at plus 148. Pete Alonso is a nuke zone at 280. Addison Barger is a nuke zone option against Gunnar Hoglund at plus 370. Logan Hope plus 500. Will Benson at a plus 830 is a nuke zone call with the lefty-righty matchup against Ben Brown. 15.09 Vegas edge as well. It's always good to look right here too, because it's like, okay, you want to take a nuke zone, but you also, it's good to take a nuke. Like, let's say you're making your parlay slip on FanDuel or whatever, right? Your home run parlay, and you're only putting like a quarter of your bankroll on it, by the way. You don't need to go crazy on stuff like this. But if you're making your parlay slip for your FanDuel parlay or whatever, and it's good to look for plays that are nuke zone, but also have a positive Vegas edge. Why? Because that means that the odds you're getting it at right here on FanDuel are better than the odds throughout the consensus. Like, you're getting good odds throughout here, right? The consensus shows that it's a higher likelihood that he hits a home run than where the odds are. You feel what I'm saying? So consensus for Shohei Ohtani would be around like plus 160 or something. I'm just winging it. Let me see to be exact for y'all. The consensus odds for Shohei Ohtani are plus 168. All right? Plus 168 consensus odds for Shohei Ohtani, but yet on FanDuel, when you average all the books, but yet on FanDuel, you're getting plus 182. That's why it's a 4.87 Vegas edge. So it's good to get these nuke zone plays that are high probability plays like this, but also you're getting a Vegas edge because that means you're getting them plus EV. So Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, who both hit home runs yesterday, and Pete Alonso are all fantastic options. Why? Because they're all nuke zone and all have a plus Vegas edge. So you're getting them at better value too on FanDuel comparative where the consensus odds are. All right? Logan Hope is one of those. Will Benson is one of those. So there's many options to go with, man. But thank y'all for joining me as always. And as always, let's keep dominating. If you haven't joined the best player prop tool in the entire industry yet, you can get it at $15 a month for life at using code YouTube at Props Made Easy checkout right now. I don't know how long they're going to continue this up for, but they're really excited to get as many people as we can throughout MLB season locked in, so you guys can really get the hang of the tools throughout the slower time of year, like when most people aren't betting. You can start learning through MLB, and that way when NFL and everything comes up, you're sharp, you know what EV is, you understand beating CLV, you understand all the things that Props Made Easy helps you accomplish, and you're able to just be a better by the time where everything starts ramping up. You feel what I'm saying? So we want everybody to be able to get in at an affordable price. And then guess what? When NFL and NBA and all that starts back fresh, you'll have it at $15 a month. You feel what I'm saying? So it's an amazing deal, 3 times plus cheaper than any other tool giving plus EV data. They don't have a home run predictor anywhere else. They don't have AI simulation projection data as well on their tools. They don't have a lot of things. They don't have the filters that help you make the best decisions. So it is a no-brainer. If you haven't pulled the trigger yet, you want to be a better, but you don't want to put a ton of money in the tool, $15 a month at Props Made Easy using code YouTube is a steal. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Y'all have an amazing Saturday. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.